Hey guys, Elisha here from Trident Barbell Club. It's Thursday and you know what that means. International Bench Day, aka every day. Now a couple weeks ago, I brought you a little warm-up video that showed you how to loosen up your shoulders and your lat area so you could get primed for your bench press. Well today I want to talk to you about a more neglected part of your bench warm-up, and that's going to be the area between your wrist and your elbow joint. Now I'm going to show you a little three-prong progression on this so you can get nice and warmed up. We're going to use just a barbell on your bench rack, and then you're going to use a voodoo band. If you don't have a voodoo band, I got a handy little powerlifter life hack for you. Just use a simple knee wrap, and it'll work beautifully as well. Let's get to it, guys. Let me show you what's up. So the first part of our progression is going to be compression using a voodoo wrap. Now, a voodoo wrap is essentially just a super stretchy rubber band. Like I said, if you don't have one available, that's totally cool. Just use a knee wrap. I'm sure you folks have one of those in your arsenal somewhere. You're going to take, when you start this, you're going to take the end of the voodoo wrap, just loop it around at the base of your elbow, right at the top of your forearm here. And you're going to have to probably bring this one around a couple times. You can just use your body to kind of hold it in place till you get it around there. Just to bring that one around a couple times just to hold it in place. And from there, you're going to start working down your forearm. So probably about 75 to 85% tension on the band, just working it down, basically casting it all the way around that on that forearm, all the way down to your wrist right here. And very important, guys, on this, once you've gotten that all wrapped up, if you start to lose feeling in your extremities, take it back off, re-wrap it. That's totally cool. Like I said, we're just gonna wrap it all the way around, cast it. Once you've got just a little bit left at the end, you're just gonna take it around loosely and just pop it underneath there so it holds in place. Now you're going to keep this on for about 2 to 3 minutes, guys, and just let it, like I said, just compress. And then when you're done, after 2 to 3 minutes, you're just going to pull it back off. And what you want to be feeling here is a nice warm rush to that area. That's what you're looking for. You're bringing fresh blood to that area, and it's helping relax those muscles and get them primed up for some work. Ready for the next one? Okay, our second technique is going to be tacking. Now the idea behind tacking is to essentially hold a muscle or tendon in place at the base of its insertion so that we can move the rest of that muscle through its entire range of motion and loosen it up. So what we're going to do, we're going to take that voodoo band again, or that wrap if you need to, and we're going to take it, and my offender is my flexor carpi right here, so I'm going to find that source kind of tender spot with my fingertip, and then I'm going to put the band right over the top of it, and you can kind of use your body to hold it in place and then bring it around. Just tack it in place. And unlike the other one that we did, you don't have to use the whole band. You're just going to bring it around really tightly, more like a 95% tightness with the band, until you feel like you've got a really good tack down area of that muscle that you're looking for. From there, you don't have to necessarily wrap it through, just put it behind your elbow so it holds in place. You're going to put your elbow on your thigh so that this whole area stays stable. We don't want our whole arm moving around when we do this. We want it to isolate this particular area right here that we're trying to mobilize. So for me, I'm going to put my elbow on my thigh right here, hold my arm in place, and I'm going to start making little figure eights with my hand. When I'm really tight, I won't be able to, you see how I can't quite bring my whole palm down to the floor just yet? As we work through this, you're going to find that you get better range of motion as that muscle starts to loosen up. And eventually you'll be able to make a full range of motion and face your palm all the way to the ground. And that's what we're looking for. You want full palm up as you rotate around. And then as you come toward that bottom position, you want your palm to be able to face the floor completely. And you're going to get some beautiful range of motion and loosening of that tight muscle from this. Let's move on to the third one. I'll show you what it's all about. Alright folks, our third progression here is called smashing. Now smashing is going to be very similar to foam rolling. What you're doing is taking the base of that muscle once again, or right at the base of that muscle or tendon right near the joint, and the area that you want to relax, and you're going to apply pressure to it to help it mobilize or relax from that position. Now on this one, we're finally getting around to the back of our arm here, to our tricep. So we're going to start at the very base of our elbow, right here at the top of our tricep. We're going to take our barbell, we're going to place it right down onto the barbell and apply pressure at that point right next to the elbow, right at the very base of that tricep. Apply pressure first, and once you have that pressure applied, grab your barbell with the other hand and roll it, just like a rolling pin, into that muscle. And you're just going to roll it in there nice and deep, about the quarter of the way up your back of your arm, and then you can pull the barbell back against the other side of the rack and reverse back to that original spot. And you're going to find some beautiful pressure on that muscle. It's going to help it relax. And from there, you can start on the medial side. That's what I like to do, the inner part of your arm. And then you can roll it over to the outer part of your tricep as well and repeat the same movement there. Now from there, what we're going to do is we're going to come around to the meat of our forearm here. Now, of course, when you do this, please, for God's sakes, do not use the knurling part of the barbell. That's going to hurt like a mother. You're going to slide your arm against the barbell. And a hack on this one is to use some baby powder to have less friction on the bar when your skin slides against it. It's going to make it a little bit easier for you. So you're going to take that forearm. Once again, you're going to hold just the barbell in place with one hand, and you're just going to smash that forearm down across the barbell, applying as much pressure as you want to, and just moving through that area. And I always have this little trouble spot right up here, right in my medial part of my forearm, right at the top right here, pretty close to my elbow. So I'm going to find that little tender spot and just press in there and smash it into the barbell, and then keep pulling down. And the way I like to do this is I can roll my arm in here as I come up and down, so I can kind of move it through the range of motion. And I'll even revisit those figure eights once I find that little area that I want to smash down into. I'm going to apply pressure to it, and then watch how my wrist is going to go through that figure eight motion again, and really make the most out of loosening that muscle at the base of that tendon. That's it, guys. That is our elbow and wrist mobility progression. I hope you liked it. Alright guys, that concludes our wrist and elbow mobility progression. Now this is particularly effective if you combine it with our previous bench warm-up routine for your shoulders and your lats. It's going to get you beautifully primed to hit some big PRs on that bench press. Now guys, if you like our content, please like our Trident Barbell Club Facebook page and leave us a message below on this video to give us some feedback. Now don't forget that here at Trident Barbell Club we offer online coaching. We've got our number conveniently placed below for you. Feel free to text us or call us at any time, and we would love to send you some details on that and get you started. Until then folks, stay healthy, get stronger, and I'll see you at the bar.